All right. Thank you for joining the Jeff Show. And it's still called the Jeff Show. And you two don't know, we're going to be changing the name soon again. But because it's not just my show, it's our show.
Yeah.
There's a whole background story too I can fill you on later. But for now.
Yeah, for now it's the Jeff Show. Or it's our show.
It's our show. We also call it the show. And we are welcomed by two new friends, perhaps. I enjoyed attending the true crime event. We have Jen and Naomi from the Weld County Paranormal. Thank you two for joining us. How are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah, doing great here. Excited to do this with you guys. We were so excited to have you at True Crime the other night, and this is just a continuation of the good spooky times. So we're ready.
And it's crazy.
Absolutely.
It started a whole wormhole because when Naomi and Naomi, you did your job and you helped me out on this one. So I know you're a good researcher. But when someone, because we're in the true crime world. I don't know if you know how deep that Sharon and I are in it, as far as collectors of memorabilia, pen paling inmates and researching. So when someone says I can't find an inmate, I'm like, I believe you, but now I have to look. I'll probably have the same results, but I have to. But with Naomi's help, we actually found the information about Mr. Perez. He's deceased. Right?
Yep.
And you're saying that, how could, I guess because he's an inmate, there's not going to have any obituary on it, right? Once they pass away, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, I just find it weird that he's doesn't even say in the system, deceased. He's just gone. It's just gone.
From my experience, they usually don't. And I've had a pen pal, because they have apps. They have tablets, right? Did you know this? They have tablets in prison.
Yes.
And when you have their name on the tablet, and if they die, if they are released, or if they move, it just says released for whatever reason. That's it. But
even if they die, it just says released.
Yeah.
Released from the constraints of their physical body, I guess.
Really, they're saying they're released from the tablet, and whatever that means. And
I guess technically they can't use it anymore. So, yeah.
It's crazy.
I was so glad you found that information out, because that was really bothering me. Because for those who don't know, this was a cold case in Greeley. It was cold for 32 years, and then they caught the guy, and then Naomi couldn't find him in the system to prove that he was an active inmate. And it was so frustrating because we didn't have any information at True Crime to share with our guests. So Jeff and Naomi found out the answer. He is dead.
Yeah, he's dead. 2020, I believe, right? And I was lucky I was able to find from the court papers, because I found that 2018 that he had that appeal that luckily he was denied. For different reasons. They're it's almost like they should just wrote down, get the fuck out of here, right? Because it's not going to happen. Right? Forget it.
Why are you even trying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it showed me the facility that I was at. So I was able to find, it's Colorado DOC, Department of Corrections. And I took a chance and I said, I'm working, as a friend. You guys don't, I'm not hired, but I'm working for a Weld County research group. And we're just trying to find this inmate information, because you're thinking, what would I say to them to give me this information? I guess it's public. And they wrote back pretty quickly the next day, because I did this on Sunday night. And he goes, do you have their inmate number, booking number, or case number? And that's where Naomi helped me out with that. And then I think it was 5 minutes later, they replied back, he died at this date. I'm like, that's badass. And you gave that up pretty quick. Thank you. You didn't question who I was.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter once they've died. Yeah, I
don't think so. But you always think, is there do they have privacy laws? Not really. But I digress. I'm sorry. We want to know about Weld County Paranormal. How did you two meet? And then how did your business start?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jen.
Me?
How do we move?
Right. So Naomi and I met through the original Greeley Ghost Tours under a different owner. And I was a guest on that ghost tour. And with me on that particular ghost tour was another one of our friends who I had never met, but she became a real close friend of ours. She's awesome. And she basically told Naomi, hey, there's this ghost tour group. They're looking for help, this and that. And that's how me and Naomi became connected, was through that other guest who was, a tour guest with me. And from there, Naomi and I started working, doing these ghost tours. The original owner backed out. We took over the business, and it is now just the two of us going strong. And it's been amazing. We've now been friends for 2.5, 3 years?
We're going on 4 years.
Going on 4 years. And we've had so many adventures. We have learned so much. We have laughed so much. We've just had a time. And it hasn't all been pretty. We've been through a lot together, but
yeah.
Right? The business side, I'm sure any business is hard, but what a fun business to have.
Absolutely.
You're not selling shoes, right? You're playing with ghosts and true crime.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Right? It's so much fun. It's opened my eyes to so much about Greeley, and we have just been through a ton. We've overcome so many obstacles together, and as business owners, as friends, we've just really, I think, done some amazing work and shown people, I want to say, a really great time, I hope, over these years.
I mean, we meet people who've grown up in Greeley, and they're like, I didn't know this about this, and then they'll keep emailing like, hey, we have more questions. The city's reached out and asked us for help, figuring out where things were in the past. It's kind of cool how it just kind of took off.
That is really cool. I mean, just from firsthand experience, I've been to 2 of your true crime events, and it seems more like a gathering of friends, right? It seems like people that go to at least every one, they know each other. You have the really cool psychic lady. I don't know. I apologize. I don't know names.
Valerie.
Her name's Val.
Val is awesome.
We love her.
She was given insight that it was just for both cases. I remember, and the one from Friday, I remember the most. It was crazy, right?
Yeah.
But she seemed pretty spot on. And like I said, it's like a group of friends. I like how you present. It's engaging. It's exciting. You encouraged me to actually go and get my library card again.
Encouraged me to get mine too. Naomi's just like the public librarian here.
I'm glad you're reading it. I hope you enjoy the cornfield.
I do. And it was a process because I went to the main one here in town. It said it was in stock, but I couldn't find it. So I had to reserve it for them to find it and give it to me the next day. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's what happened when Jen needed it. I went in and couldn't find it. I had to do the same thing.
And it's a pretty quick read, but I sort of like that about it. It's just, you could just grab it and pick up where you left off, and it just makes sense. It's kind of an easy, quick little true crime thrill, all of course based in fact. So I like that book.
Is it a local story in the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is? Yeah.
You should probably fill in Sharon because she doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Do we have a synopsis of the case that we can give?
I can do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So at our true crime event, we covered the case of Mary Pierce, who was a 22-year-old young woman who was kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and murdered in Greeley as she worked her night shift at 7-Eleven. Found in a cornfield, and it was a really brutal crime scene. They thought they knew who did it, these 2 brothers, but they just couldn't lock down those brothers with evidence. The case went cold for 32 years until this gal, this amazing Sergeant Vicky Harbert, took on the case and started just going through the old boxes of evidence, and she found some existing DNA that she then sent to CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigation. And in 2009, I believe, is when they got their DNA hit to some random guy in Florida who they didn't even know existed. It was his DNA with such certainty. It was fascinating. There was a 1 in 30 billion chance that it was someone other than him.
Wow.
So it was certainly him, and so they brought him back to Greeley. He was found guilty of sexual assault, kidnapping, and second-degree murder. Then he died.
Okay.
He died, and I'm only on page 20 something. What I love about Mike Peters, because he was a local news writer, journalist from Greeley.
Yeah,
he has obviously great writing style. He knows how to keep. Because I love to read, but you got to really kind of make it flow. You got to kind of go quick with it. And he does. He gets right to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
And I'm already thinking like I didn't have a chance to ask her on Friday, but I think it's weird. Not that the owner of the 7-Eleven had anything to do with it, but he's traveling back to Fort Collins and he finds her schmuck on the side of the road. What's the odds of that?
I thought that was weird too.
Right? Is it kind of weird? I mean,
yeah, that struck me as weird, and it also struck me as a little weird. That not weird, but there was a police officer in there about 20 minutes before she was taken. So I wonder if he was ever under suspicion or not.
No, because he was on body cam during that time. And he was only 3 blocks away when he got the call, and they had like GPS even in the 70s to kind of like tell where you were at. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Wow. Vintage GPS, we love it.
GPS.
Yeah.
It probably works better than it does nowadays, to be honest.
Right.
And when you were showing the photos of the front of the 7-Eleven, the first thing I was drawn to was the phone book without even knowing the story. I'm like, that phone book is odd. It's weird.
It is.
It's it just speaks creepy. And then when we talked to it, I was like, oh shit, that's weird. That's where the guy, because there was apparently, there's a gentleman there pretending to use the phone, what people think, what they saw, maybe wearing a wig. And then later they saw him across the street with her and they thought, looks like they were both laughing. She was getting in the car, but they said, now they think about it, maybe she was just really frightened.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
and it turns out the guy in the phone booth matched the description of the man they found in Florida who would end up being convicted. So you just wonder, like, no wonder you're creeped out by that phone booth, because that was a huge part of the evidence, the eyewitness testimony.
It was way weird. And it's it's a crazy case. If he was alive, I know it's weird. People understand, like, why do you pen pal people? And we're big on victim advocacy. Okay, we don't advocate the crimes. We're just like Sharon and Sharon wrote a book about the freeway killer. So it's a lot of it's research, and it's kind of like going down a rabbit hole. So once you pen pal one inmate, usually start with someone who's pretty famous. Then you kind of start thinking, oh, that's not so bad. They're not so scary. And then kind of give information. I wonder what other people you could reach out to. And lots of them, it's a whole craft, really, of pen paling people. So I would have probably reached out to him to see if he's accepting finally guilt of it. Right? And sometimes some cold cases have actually been solved through people doing pen pals, because they will give up more information and you can kind of help give that to the police, right?
Yeah.
So,
fascinating.
That would be my ideal goal. Like for one of my pen pals to admit to something and I can go, aha, now we can give another family closure.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's I would love to be able to do that.
Right. Do I collect letters? Yes, I do. Do I collect their artwork? Yes, I do. I have a huge collection of their artwork. In fact, I got some today in the mail. It's easier in the States. So Sharon, you should talk about what's like pen paling in Australia versus like the United States. It's so easy.
It is really easy in the United States. Australia, I'm still waiting on my mail from Neil. And that, I think he posted a month ago now to me.
Yeah.
So it just takes forever to get mail. Like it's 3-4 weeks,
really?
Sometimes up to 6 weeks just for a letter to arrive here. I mean, they will get it in probably 2 to 3 weeks from me, but to get it back, like it can take up to 6 weeks. And I have no idea why the postal service is so slow on the reverse end. Customs. But it's expensive as well. Yeah. Like it's gone up to, I think, $4.50 for a stamp. And here, that's a cup of coffee. That's ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's $1. I think it's about $1.50 for a local. Sorry, it's about $1.50 for a local stamp. But anything out of Australia, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, yeah.
So the mail you're waiting on, what country are you waiting on mail from?
The United States.
US.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's got to go through customs and all that. I mean, but it's just, I think it's just got to be the postal service, to be honest. Like, you guys have, is it UPS? And they send you little tags saying you're going to get mail that day. We don't get anything like that. Our mail just shows up when it shows up.
Well, yeah, you're talking
Wild.
about the USPS. So I don't know if you two do this. You can have them scan your mail and show you, like at midnight, it'll show what's coming that day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so it's like, the true crime at Christmas. Or we're waiting at midnight. Like, okay, it's midnight. Oh, look what letters
Do
we're
I
getting
get
tomorrow.
mail?
Yay. But sometimes they sneak past and you don't see it. It's like Santa Claus will come secretly the next day in the mail as a surprise.
I just run down to the letterbox in my jammies and my slippers in the rain going, am I going to get... No. Disappointment every day.
Disappointment. But so you two are definitely not just about true crime. That's part of it. You also do paranormal tours. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, we have some that are written that we haven't done, but we have 2 downtown tours that we do a lot. They kind of explore the history of like downtown Greeley. We investigate the buildings in the courthouse. There's the one and only lynching that happened in Weld County that happened right outside where the courthouse is. So it's kind of interesting to do that. We seem to get a lot of activity in the fall months over there. It's just kind of interesting, and it has happened around December, so it's kind of like maybe it's leading up to that. And then we do graveyard investigations and tours where we talk about people, where we go to the graves of the people that we talk about on our tours downtown. So we kind of go visit all of them that are buried.
Yeah.
So
Is Mary's there? Is that where her grave's at?
she's actually in Evans graveyard.
Okay.
So Lynn Grove is the one we do in Greeley, and it's the original, and I put that in quotes because it's not the original, but it's what they call the first grave site in Greeley. But the original was actually on the UNC campus, and then they ended up moving it because they wanted to build the campus there. So technically it's the first one, but it's not.
So they moved it, so the campus is in there. So it's still hollow ground. It's still probably haunted. And
Oh, it's very haunted.
right.
We talked to says that it's because it's the UC Commons building, so it's where like the restaurants and the cafeteria and all that are. People we know who've worked there tell us it's haunted. We have a tour written for that campus because that whole campus, it's as old as Weld County, so it's pretty haunted itself.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was just watching some videos about the courthouse. I think there's even a child ghost that could be there too, isn't there?
Jonathan, yeah.
Jonathan. Okay.
Yep, he can be seen. I believe he's been glimpsed behind judges before, like during court cases.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe he likes to hang out near the staircase in the courthouse. That place is crazy haunted.
We had a guest on one of our tours who was a cleaner in there, and she says she leaves toys for him all the time. She said he's definitely in there.
That's really cool. And
So was the boy like a previous tenant of the area, or like new
So
to when the courthouse was built?
Nobody knows. He seems to be just a child spirit that hangs out there. The courthouse was built in the first courthouse on that property was built in 1883. And then that's where all of this town has been founded around, was where this courthouse is. So it could be any spirit who got attached to the area.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I read correctly on this courthouse because I watch a lot of paranormal stuff, but I know a lot of courthouses, that's where the early women would be jailed. And if you had kids, they'd go with you. They didn't have child protective services. So if you had kids, they would go with you. I don't know if they'd stay in the same cell. So, that could be a child of...
Yeah.
Do you
Could
think
be.
it's
The original jail for that area was its own area. It wasn't attached to the courthouse. And it only had 3 to 4 cells in it. So I don't know if they would have done something like that, but they could have. But then I know after it moved and changed and they moved to the jail was no longer near the courthouse. So it was kind of interesting.
It's hard to say. And from your experience, do you think that he could be residual or intelligent type of spirit?
I think he's intelligent, just from the people we talk to, because he seems to be very calculated in how he does his hauntings and stuff, because even a judge had said in an interview he did where he was like, okay, there's not supposed to be any children in here. And the little boy laughed and like ran through the room and then left. And he swore the door opened and closed, but no child left. Because he had like the bailiff follow. And when the bailiff went out there was no children out there. So I think he's more intelligent than Residual.
Sounds like it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think when they're just mischievous, like you watch Ghost Adventures, I know it's kind of the worst example, but there's a lot of YouTube paranormal groups that are more popular. It's funny how for dramatization, they yell and they like get freaked out and scream, but that's their job. Like, why are you getting scared? Isn't that what you're there for?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? This is for TV. So I think that work at the courthouse, I'd be excited, It'd be cool to work around them. Do you have like a favorite, either of you, a favorite ghost story that you could share of Greeley?
You want to take it or should I?
You can tell your favorite. I'm trying to think of my favorite.
Wonder if we should talk about personal ghost experiences or like well-known hauntings. Let me think here. What do you think? Should I talk about the woman in white? Because I'm very partial to her.
Sure. It's your story. It's whatever your favorite is.
Yeah.
Well, I have two. I love the story of the woman in white, and I'm also really connected to the Coronado building in downtown Greeley, which is right across from the Weld County Courthouse. I love the spooky history of the Coronado building, but I guess what I'll say is my favorite ghost story and ghost connection that we've experienced with Weld County Paranormal. I love going to visit the former grounds of the woman in white, who is one of Greeley's most well-known ghosts. She haunted the Chief Theater, which had a couple of different names before it was the Chief. The Chief Theater doesn't exist anymore. It was this gorgeous old theater, but it is unfortunately now just a concrete slab. It's just a parking lot of a Quality Inn now. So there's not much to see, but people very much still believe it's haunted there. But we were talking about Valerie earlier, the psychic medium that we work with, and she made me even more extra connected to that space because she said, the woman in white is showing me her death. And, Val just relayed this to us that the woman in white, was dating this guy who was in the Chief Theater. He was the manager of the property. He killed her in a jealous rage. He strangled her. There's lore that he may have bricked her body underneath the building. We don't know that for sure, but a lot of what Valerie was saying just really correlates with like our research, what we know about the case. It's just such a wonderfully spooky plot of land. I love visiting the woman in white. People don't always feel well on our tours though. When we go out there, they can feel nauseous, they can feel off balance, uneasy, want to get out of there. It's pretty intense sometimes.
That's crazy. So with your tour, it's a walking tour, right? So you're walking through like a city block, or
we have a couple of different downtown walking tours, and yes, this one is called our Ghosts of the Pioneers tour, where we do talk about the woman in white, and we start off there. We go right to that parking lot with our.
They're about mile-long tours for walking.
That's cool. All right, and have you thought? I think I overheard maybe on Friday, is there a possibility of doing any like at home investigations? Not necessarily having the public come to tour someone's haunted house, but to help someone investigate to confirm they have spirits as confirmation and or to help them out if it bugs them.
So Jen hasn't done a lot of those, but I have we have this other lady. Sorry, before I move on, I found a picture.
Oh, no way. You're at the Chief Theater.
That's cool.
So,
Naomi, you're a queen.
I was like, Jen, I'm going to find this picture really fast.
Yeah.
So.
I can't even change my background to make it not a closet, and you can pull up the Chief Theater in 2 seconds. Unreal.
No, I'll give you $5 if you could put your clothes in front of the building. That'd be badass.
There we go.
A haunted closet. It tours.
Haunted closet.
Yes.
$20 for admission.
But there's a lady who lives in Greeley. She used to live in Fort Collins. She's Mimi's Hauntings and Paranormal. She offers free home investigations, and we partner with her for those. she'll find them, and then we'll just kind of go help her do those, and they're all free of charge. People are allowed to do donations or whatever, but we definitely do that, and we're always looking for people to help us because they're not easy. Been on a few that are they get heavy sometimes, and sometimes it takes more than once going back trying to help clear it out. It seems that a lot of yeah, we do.
I volunteer.
You've got one there.
Reach out.
That's cool. It's I know Fort Collins has a lot of history, and I haven't actually taken their tour yet. My wife did, and I'm a bigger dude, taller dude, and whatnot. She goes, "You probably couldn't take it because you have to go down these really old wooden stairs." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll pass."
Yeah.
Outside, maybe not so small, cramped, because back in the 1800s and 1920s, things were built for shorter people.
Yep.
I want to time travel and go back and scare everybody. They're, what the fuck is Godzilla is real? All right. So, how about, have you ever done a seance?
Once in the graveyard, and that was interesting.
Yeah.
We kind of did it over. There used to be 5 or 4 of us who owned this. So it was one of the other owners, and then she moved away, but we did it over at the grave of the one and only lynching. And I was just like, maybe next time not do it where there's a whole bunch of spirits. But it was just kind of one of those things where we were trying to do it, and we just felt like that would be the safest place at that point to do it, because Greeley is not very fond of things like that. Like, we've done library events where all we did was bring a Ouija board to show like tools of ghost hunters and stuff, and parents freaked out.
Yeah.
And we didn't even use it or anything. It was just there to show, and yeah, it's kind of interesting.
That stuff's kind of triggering. So I was going to ask, what were your tools for this seance? So you have a Ouija board.
Yeah, we used a Ouija board, a spirit box, and then we had candles, and I think that was all we used for that one. So
a lot of spirits are coming through.
Into Ouija boards, but it was something that, like, she's like, "Oh, I want to try," and I was like, "That's fine, cool, let's do it." As long as you know what you're doing and you can close it, it's
right.
To me, it's
that would be my fear, not being able to close it and having something come through that is not nice.
See, and I'm a believer that any type of ghost hunting, even your EMF, can do that. We've had it happen on tours where this kid was just asking questions, and then they got super sick and they started seeing faces, and their mom had to leave with them, and all they were using was an EMF detector. So it's like, sometimes I think it's your intentions, and anything can open that door so quickly. That's kind of why I'm like, yeah, we can use it. I don't think that tool is what's gonna cause it. It's if we're being stupid.
True, right?
I feel like it depends on the person too. Some people just have that ability, and they just, even if they don't mean to, the spirits just gravitate towards that person, and other people just don't feel anything. It's just such a personal thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How about you, Sharon? You seem like you had a Ouija board story. I can see it in your eyes.
Oh, yeah, no, I did, but it was just silly teenage crap. Like, it was just me and a teenage friend with a cardboard cutout of Freddy Krueger trying to, I think we must have been 12, I don't know who we were trying to talk to. I really can't remember. But we just freaked the shit out of ourselves, and we never did it again. Like, I don't know if she was moving things or I was moving things, or it was just, just us trying to scare each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is the one and only time that I have ever. Ouija boards have been my scare points. Like, that's where I won't participate. I don't think ever again in even. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
I've had Amazon my mother-in-law has said some scary stories about it.
Really?
Like, she's had entities come through and made her feel sick and stuff. And she's like, nope. That's nope. Never again.
Similar
No.
experiences. I was going to say, I'm going to cancel your Christmas present. There's going to be a Ouija board coming to you, but
oh, you can send me one. I'll put it up, but I won't use it.
Yeah, I did Ouija board a few times. Once in the cemetery. I don't really recall anything really coming through, but oddly, I did get really sick afterwards. But it was cold outside, so I don't know. You know, I caught a cold. I did it once with an ex-girlfriend at her sister's house, and it got weird. If they were faking it, they were quick with this message, and this whatever coming through was pissed off, and I was cussing at it. It was back and forth cuss match. There again, I don't know if they were moving it on purpose. Hard to say, right?
Oh,
but yeah, so be careful. But with the kid you were talking about seeing faces, I'm like, I feel bad when I'm like Lucky. I want to see these faces, you know?
Right? Yeah,
but not a kid. Yeah, they get What's your did you have another story?
No, you're good. I was just going to say it took us a while to open up our stuff for kids because we were worried about that. And then it just kind of like parents kept asking. We were finally like, all right, if you bring your kid, that's on you. Like we can't. Yeah. It just like so many times of asking. And we've not had, it's actually funny. Our adults are normally our problem, not the children. The children are, they listen like they're so good at listening. They ask questions. They do what they're supposed to. And adults are like, I'm just going to go do what I want.
Kids have a lot of respect for the spirits.
That's cool.
I guess they're, kids, they like to learn. And I guess by showing them and experience that with people that know what they're doing. So they're not doing little backyard seances, bringing out like real nasty characters.
Real demons.
Yeah. And if parents are on board, then that's great. I reckon. Like,
or the parents
like a healthy place to explore.
If a kid wants to learn, let them learn.
Yeah.
Rather than like
a mom drive 2.5 hours with her 9-year-old to come to an event because her 9-year-old really wanted to go, and it was her birthday, so we even bought her cupcakes for the event. But they drove 2.5 hours just so she could experience an event.
Wow.
We were in the haunted Greeley Armory for that one. It was an epic night. Really? Yeah, I hope she remembers that birthday forever. We had a blast.
Go to their
I know I would.
All right, don't give details away. But you do go all out. Even with the true crime event on Friday, you had food from 7-Eleven to match the story, and that was really creative and cool.
Yeah.
I was just excited to see 7-Eleven because I think they have great food and snacks. But I'm like, it's tied into it. That's even better, right?
Right.
And it's fun. One of my favorite things about these true crimes is trying to find the dessert that matches the theme. And so we had you weren't there, Jeff, but we covered some gang-related true crimes the session before, and one of them alludes to a sort of pizza party. So we went to Empire State Pizza and got a dessert pizza, aka kind of like a cinnamon icing type of deal, and that was our dessert that night. So that's one of the fun things, is just having a festive dessert.
That's awesome. It's just a side idea because I'd be on board to as a guest, of course, is like reach out ahead of time. If like those who sign up, we can have like a potluck that's maybe themed. Like here's like, not to give the story away, but it's like here's some things that are related to the story and see who wants to sign up. I don't know. I just like potlucks and talking about pizza, even though it's dessert pizza. I'm on board.
Right. Same.
That's what makes it cool. I think that's what helps your business stand out is your engagement and just attending it. And I've been to a few, like in Arizona, and I have friends actually do ghost tour, but it seems like you guys go out the extra mile.
Thank you. We have so much fun. And, we have kind of a macabre sense of humor sometimes, but we're always really grounded in respect, in the facts, in research. But I think it's okay to, like, have a little bit of fun with it. And, like, treats from 7-Eleven, even though we're talking about this horrid thing that happened beginning at 7-Eleven in Greeley, I felt like it was a fun, festive way to, like, still honor Mary's life. And it makes it unique. And
cautious before you said that, there's going to be some essay stuff, if everyone knows what that means, and unaliving things, as we say. Mm-hmm. And you were cautious if this upsets you. But like with our podcast, I'm like, but you know what you signed up for. It's true crime. It's not talking about Disney. So if this upsets you, why are you here?
Right.
You're just a casual Netflixer. And that's why I like, it's cool to be around that group because I feel it's like I've made the mistake at work. Like they say, so what do you do for a hobby? I'm like, well, let me tell you. Or my favorite story is they're talking about a true crime person that they saw. They go, did you guys see this documentary? And they look at me because they call me the most interesting guy at work. And he goes, have you heard this documentary? I'm like, I actually write him and I could bring in artwork if you want to see it. And it got really quiet. And then no one said anything. I'm like, too much? I don't have to bring it in. You don't have to see it if you don't want
Right.
to. So my point is when you're around a group that's into true crime, it's kind of nice. It's like a niche that you can feel comfortable to talk about. Because not every true crimers, even though it's weird, we're not all weirdos. It's just how our brain works. We're like little amateur detectives.
Oh yeah.
Sharon has a degree in criminal psychology. Is that right?
Criminology and criminal justice. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm working on my master's of forensic mental health.
That's part of why she's on the show. She makes me look like an expert, and it's okay. I have an art degree. I'm an artist, so you know what I'm talking about. It feels like if you talk about it as an amateur, people think you're weird, but if you work for Dateline, then it's okay to interview.
Good.
Yeah.
Good point. And it's kind of like they've been exposed to Dateline. It's familiar. They know 2020 and Dateline and stuff. So that doesn't seem as dark and twisted to them because it's more public, more mainstream or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like you said earlier, I think it's pretty cool, you guys. I think it's beyond pretty cool that you actually pen pal these folks because, what a way to actually support research and just to get their perspective is so huge. We want to delve into that psyche and...
Yeah, there's what's the gentleman's name? Is it the Great Throwdini that we interviewed? This really cool guy that throws knives at people.
Oh yeah, David. Yeah, the Great Throwdini.
Oh, he took over a memorabilia collection from a guy, and they have tons of how many letters? And they're scanning them.
Did he say 60,000? Was it 60? No, 6,000. No, it was a lot. 60,000.
About 60.
No, hang
40
on.
to 60,000 scans from letters, and they're going to use it for criminal forensics and college studies. So you can kind of just learn people's forte. Some of the people that we talk to, if you think about their crime and then you talk to them for a while, a couple months, you can definitely see them. Yeah, I can see that you are a stalker, that you are obsessive. You can see these traits. It's interesting to see that. If you were released, you would need lots of care and help. But a lot of them do admit to their crime and they have remorse. And they want freedom, even though they don't feel like they deserve it, but they'd still try to appeal for it. But they said they would like to do good for the community, whether it's the truth or not. I think being there after 30 years, it's kind of like a beating. It's a severe mental beating that you no longer want to be a part of, right? And you're ready to say, I shouldn't have done this. I fucked up. But yeah. So going back to your tours, do you have what's the maybe the weirdest experience you've ever had?
I actually do have one. My personal weirdest, I can't believe this didn't come up as the forefront of one of my favorite haunted things I've experienced with this business. But when we were in the armory, I just was by myself kind of in this back scary room, and I swear I heard a growl. I heard a growl, and I don't know if it ever got caught on footage. I need to go over that footage and see, but it sounded very clear to me, and it was freaky, but it's one of those things. I heard it by myself, so it's, unless you really hear it on your own, it's just taking my word for it. But it was deep, and it was intense, and it freaked me out, and Naomi probably saw the fear in my eyes that night.
You left very quickly after that.
I was scared as shit. Yes.
You hear about that happening on TV or YouTube, but like I said, you don't know the feeling until you're there with it. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to experience something like that to get the fear. Otherwise, you might not connect to that. But oh boy, got me.
I think anything that could be disembodied, I think what's even more tricky to our mind is that we can't place what it is and where it's at. So the thought of it could be anywhere, that's kind of hard for us to process, which makes it even more scary.
Yeah.
But I guess if nothing happened, the tour after a while, it'd be like, come on, guys, growl at me or something,
Show me something.
We have tours like that where we get halfway through and we're like, okay, this is kind of nothing's happening. So Jen and I will jump off and we'll kind of do like a side quest because, you know, we have enough information. We can always run somewhere else and hopefully that area will be a little more spooky. Like our Halloween month events, those seem to kind of be hit or miss depending on the night. And I remember one night we were like, okay, we're just gonna go hang out over here, and we just found like a random spot in the park and let them explore for a while because nothing was happening the whole night. And it's like someone's like, well, I'm glad to know you guys don't fake it, but also like, where's the stuff? You know.
It can get so chaotic too if everyone's like, are you dead? Or, you know, asking dowsing rods and EMFs, you know, asking multiple devices to work for us. Like, are you dead? Do you need help? Who are you? Are you Sally? And if there's just so many questions and so many, it's just so chaotic that like if there is a spirit there, they're not going to know which way to, and they're probably just like, this is too much. So I feel like it takes a lot of, there needs to be buy-in. People need to really be open to the experience. People need to honestly kind of just be quiet and focus together or go off alone to really get results. But when everybody's just firing questions, it's just kind of like, why are we doing this?
That makes sense. It's almost like the two of you should take the lead or say like have a volunteer and say really, and just say it works best this way. I know you all want to take a turn, maybe we can, but they're not going to respond if everyone's yapping at them.
We learned drinking tours. It's really hard to take control.
Drinking tour? Oh, yeah.
They have a blast because they're drunk anyway.
So, yeah, they can see more. So,
yeah.
Whether it's there or not.
Yeah.
Make them a believer.
No, there's one spot on our tours where a body was found, and we do get a lot of activity there with dowsing rods and with the spirit balls, aka the cat balls. Yeah. Some of our tools really go nuts in this one spot. It's really cool when that happens, but it's just like it can happen one night, but not the next.
Hit or miss. It could be the people around it. It seems that the true believers, sometimes it really doesn't happen because they have nothing like that. The person who believes, I don't need to scare them because it's not going to really, I'm not going to get that rise out of them, not get that energy. It's not as fun.
Yeah.
Have you had like any person, and it's probably usually a dude that's been just such a skeptic that was kind of annoying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
probably a dude.
Like my favorite, I think that Jen and I talk about still was this couple. They were angry the whole time they were there. They were making comments the whole time. They made Jen and I feel so uncomfortable. They kept saying how everything was fake. They kept they were like, oh, they have buttons in their pockets. And then by the end, the wife was like, maybe it's not fake. And then they ended up coming back 3 more times that year. But they were the rudest people during the whole thing. And they kept bringing people back with them. But they were so awful, like, during it. Just, like, so skeptical. Like, everything's fake. Everything's...
Each time? Every time they came back? Or just that one?
Just that first time. And then they kept bringing more people who they thought were skeptical. So those people would do it. So I just remember just being annoyed every time they showed up. Because I was like, okay, what skeptic are you bringing now? Like,
that was in Lynn Grove, right? Is that yeah.
Crazy.
In the cemetery. Like, that's pretty bold to talk crap in the cemetery.
If they're bored, let's go like the ghost tour for fun. That's why even go,
right?
Especially if you're on the open, it's kind of hard to fake. You know, I got a button in my pocket, but makes me look like I'm haunted, not the area.
He told us we had power in the trees. That was my favorite. He's like, yeah, you guys have electricity in that tree right there. And I was like, first off, there are no lights in this whole cemetery, so please tell me why that tree would have electricity. But all right,
we're not that rich, please.
If anything, I said, yeah, we're witches, and I'm doing with my powers. That'd be more even cool. Not just. I got a light switch on one tree with Christmas lights blinking at you.
Right.
He gave us permission to install fake cheap lights in the trees of the cemetery. Yes. Like
crazy. Have you guys ever thought about doing like a live seance through stream?
We tried once and it actually it failed on that stream it was a downtown one and kind of decided that maybe the spirits down there don't want to be. We've never tried it again. We've never done it at the cemetery or anything. I think that experience downtown with just all the issues that happen, we're kind of like, well, it's pretty much the same ghost, so maybe they just don't like it, so we're just not going to do it.
Well, at least you tried, but yeah, it's hard to get technology and Wi-Fi to work on its own.
Yeah.
It's just kind of curious things on. So you guys have the walking tour. One is where you can drink on it, right?
Yes.
You get the drinking.
Yeah.
Tour.
We also we have one, we do library events too. So we partner with the library and we do sit down tours for them. We do history only events, so no ghosts, things like that. So we're not just offering oh, you have to come walk a half mile with us, or almost a mile here or whatever. We have a lot of different things because everyone wants something different, and we've had groups where it's they're I can't walk that far, and we're okay, let's have a sit down tour. And we've done it in the park. That one was fun, minus, sometimes you run into homeless or the unhoused, and that cannot be fun always. But, we cater it to whatever. We've done events at restaurants where it was a group of active older adults who invited us. That one was kind of interesting. They were people who'd lived in Greeley their whole life, but they wanted to know the history that we knew. So, yeah, we have lots of events we do.
That's cool. Do you have any coming up that you like to pitch?
We have 2 at the library I guess one at the end of this month, August 29th, I think, and then one in September at the High Plains Library. They're both the history and the science of ghost hunting, and we'll have clairvoyance and mediums at both to kind of talk about that side of it as well. And it's kind of just going over that type of stuff. I'm trying to think of what else we have coming up, Jen. I know, drink or treat.
I was going to say drink or treat. If you jump on our website, wcparanormal.com, you can see our, I believe we'll be releasing that pretty soon, but our drink or treat, which is really fun. It's like a mixture of a pub crawl and a walking ghost tour. We go to local businesses downtown Greeley, and it is just a hoot. So...
Talk about the prohibition that lasted in Greeley from the time it was founded till 1969.
That's a long time.
It is.
Long time.
101 years.
Wow.
101 years.
And besides October and December, really, we try to do a true crime every month.
Seems pretty popular and well received.
It has been.
Yeah.
We have such
library events have been too.
Yeah, like Jeff said earlier, it's like a group of friends. Like our last true crime, we knew everybody there, and it feels so safe and fun and free. You can just kind of say the crime, and it's like you're among friends, and you've
already tested to see if you can freak them out, so you know how far you can go.
Back for more.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, back on the subject of true crime, I was talking with Naomi about Kelly Baker. And I guess you guys have done that on a true crime event before.
We did it on a lover's one, Jen. A Valentine's one.
I actually was trying to catch what Jeff said. Which crime are we talking about?
Kelly Baker.
Kelly Baker. That one doesn't ring a bell. That must have been your case, Naomi.
It was.
Yeah. Okay, I'm either I blacked out or you did that one.
You did Shannon, not you did the trumpet guy.
Oh, Scott Sessions. Okay.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you did him on that one.
Okay.
See, and we haven't repeated that one, and I still remember, and that was from 2024.
Oh, wow.
Kelly Baker.
Yeah, we don't repeat any of our cases except if there's an update. We've repeated one now, and it was just because it had finally finished at trial, and there was more information. So yeah, I mean, we haven't run out, and we've been doing this for almost 2 years now.
Maybe now's a good time to
aspect.
Detective Castellan, who's reviving the cold cases in Weld County, and Naomi can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's already solved 4.
Yep.
He solved 4 cold cases in Weld County in just the few years he's been reviving them. So this guy is just total badass alert.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
We even met someone who works with him, and she was like, I gotta go tell him you guys love him, because we fangirl over him anytime you talk about him.
That's cool.
So cool.
You haven't run out of cases since 2024, which there's a lot of crime that goes down out there, right?
Yeah. We started
Greeley?
Yeah, we do nothing outside of Weld County, honestly. We haven't done a single one. And we try to pick, there's only one case that has ever not taken place at the courthouse in Greeley as well, because that's where the Weld County house seat is right now. And it's pretty much always been there. But there's only one case, and it was because it was an FBI case. It got tried in Denver, but otherwise every case we've ever covered has been at that courthouse.
That's crazy. And
so we tried to
keep it
You're
local.
good. Go ahead.
No, it fits with your name. I was just going to mention, as we were talking about Kelly Baker, because the weirdo that I am, I actually reached out to her because I'm kind of curious on what her side. She did send me a message today, and just to read part of it, she said, "I married into a crazy family, and I'm innocent, and I can prove it. I'm fighting for my life, and I don't have a lot to give." So she was asking if I saw her story on Dateline. I'm like, no, I Googled because I want to have kind of a cool story and see maybe one you haven't touched yet. But obviously you know it's your area. So I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what she has to say about being innocent as a co-conspirator of her husband's death. I know Sharon doesn't know the story.
No.
Maybe, and Jen doesn't remember.
I don't know if Jen knows the story either. Maybe we should get
I did Google. It was something about her a nephew killing their uncle or something, and her husband or something. Yeah. So woman sentenced to life in prison. She planned the murder for several months during 2017, and Carol's son confessed to shooting and killing his uncle. Yeah, so
it's the wife, the sister, and the nephew.
Yeah.
All involved.
She doesn't look innocent. I mean, I'm just looking at this picture of her behind bar, like it's a picture of her, the bar doors are open.
I gotta see this. I'm gonna Google what Kelly Baker Greeley.
Yeah, remember, Jen, we were making, I mean, you don't right now, but we were making parallels between her and the 911 operator who shot.
This webpage I'm at is welder.com.
Welda. Oh yeah, Weld DA. Okay, yeah, she doesn't look innocent to me either.
No,
no, she looks very.
She looks like she's saying, "I did it, and I know."
Yeah. Oh damn, they caught me.
Well, it was.
She looked so irritated.
She was he was unhealthy, and she started taking care of him. And she wanted. They were separated too, kind of, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
She already had a side piece, I think, and wanted the money. And the nephew was already like a professional criminal. He was in jail at the time, or I don't know. He was going to get 10 grand on the motorcycle for shooting his uncle.
Yeah.
And I was sad because the poor guy comes home. He has like a bag of food in his hands, probably like fried chicken. You know how those guys are. We come home with some takeout and we're excited to eat it. And he gets shot at the door.
I remember this now. The Dateline. He's laying on the floor in Greeley and he's got like fried chicken. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
this is what's on Jeff the most. That poor guy didn't get to eat his bloody meal.
I've been suffering his life.
That's cruel.
Didn't get a last
Absolutely
meal.
Cruel.
He's probably in the car like, should I eat it now? No, I'll wait till I get home.
Oh, that's so sad. He's
Right?
like, oh.
I know. He got it at his most vulnerable time. It just
We all know that dilemma. You're driving home. Should I open the bag? Now I'll save it for home. I'll be a proper adult.
Exactly.
Then he got fucked.
It's those things, and maybe like we're picking up on his energy. That's probably maybe it was one of his last thoughts was going through his mind.
Right.
I mean,
bitch didn't let me eat my fucking meal.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, and it, from
He like haunts the restaurant. Oh,
you
poor
never
guy.
know. And this happened not too long ago. And from my 2 or 3 years experience, the female inmates, especially at a new case, they've all said the same thing. Of course, they're innocent. They're stressed, and prison life is hard. It's not like Orange is the New Black, right? They're always, because they're getting picked on all the time. Someone's stealing their shoes. I guess it's also, I should say, it's in their 40s because they're not used to this life. There's the young ones. I don't know if you know the selfie killer Amanda Taylor. She's living off the fame of it, She has it tattooed on her arm. She has a whole fan base on Instagram. So the young one, she's like late 30s. So the young criminals are trying to make money from it, and they want fame, right?
Wow.
But people like our friend here, I already forget her name. But Kelly, because she's in her 40s, so she's freaking out, right? And she's been in there for 3 or 4 years.
4 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's curious to think, well, she said she married into a crazy family. Yeah, no shit. I could see that.
Isn't Kelly's a boy?
No, Kelly's
the
wife.
Because that last mate, Carol's son, 38-year-old Kelly Risley, confessed to shooting and killing his uncle.
Carol's the sister.
Bad publishing, bad writing.
Yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I was just curious on, if you guys did that case and I had that little tidbit. That's that's what we bring to the table. That weird fact, that creepy fact, right? That usually makes the room quiet. I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, no, again, we don't support it, but it's curious to hear what story that you get from it. Because even though she probably did do it, a lot of the things in the news are not factual, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'd like to get their side of it, not necessarily the truth, but somewhere in between there could be some kind of truth to it. So that's what's interesting.
But I guess someone could technically, I'm innocent, I didn't kill him. Well, no, you paid someone else to do it. So technically, you're not guilty of actually killing him.
Yeah.
You're just guilty of hiring someone to do it for you. So I guess it's quite easy for someone to, I didn't do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just joking. I didn't mean that to happen. Like with, you know, Aaron from Ghost Adventures is one of the investigators.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife.
And his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And she was pen paling an actually very notorious murderer dude, right? And
wow.
Developed, I guess, a relationship. And she was just, at first she said, we're just joking. I didn't mean it. We're just talking. That's how people talk. Am I a bad person for wanting my husband dead instead of divorce? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But
I remember I watched that trial and the way he broke down on stand, having to say that I was like, I felt so bad for him. I cried along with him. I was like,
What kind of penalty is she gonna face? Has she not been sentenced yet?
She's been sentenced. Yeah, I don't recall. It's not.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember I didn't think it was enough.
I think it's like 7 to 10 years.
She at least was found guilty of conspiracy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Crazy,
she will
man.
probably get out on good behavior too. I'm sure she
probably
serve full time. And this, I don't know. I guess it's Nevada where she will be doing time, and I'm not sure what their law is quite like. I know California is pretty lenient, and since they're overcrowded, they're trying to help a lot of lifers actually get a chance for parole. And we have inside information that a lot of people are going home sooner than not.
That happened here with a couple cases that we've covered, where they went home while they waited for sentencing, and then like this one girl, she got pregnant, lived a life, and then she finally got sentenced, and now she's there for life, and she's leaving out her kids and stuff, and it's just because of overcrowding. And I'm like, okay, so you let her go because you were overcrowded, she's on house arrest, but you allowed her to have children. Cool.
Yeah, that's not great, is it? It's pretty selfish of her, though, to get pregnant knowing that she may be in prison, not being able to raise her child.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I was almost thinking it's kind of unfair for the court system, but also on her part, too. Maybe she was hoping that if she would have kids, they would see some more.
Yeah. Don't lock me up, I'm a mum.
Humanized. Yep. Totally.
Bottom line is, don't do anything bad. Don't do anything wrong.
This is the same girl, right, Naomi, who writes Facebook posts from prison, and they're fucking hilarious.
You mean Baby Joker? Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Joker. I was scared to say her name. What if she comes after me? But yes, Baby Joker is her gang name, and she writes these posts from prison, and
I'll be right back.
It got deleted, but
Okay, I'm writing this down.
she said one that she's gonna Naomi saw it. She's gonna convert everyone in the prison, all the ladies, into being lesbian murderers.
Fun.
Teach them all how to become lesbian murderers.
Very good.
She's on a mission, you know.
How old is she? About?
Oh God, 20, 21?
No, that's when she did it. She's now 26, I think.
Oh, she's been in jail that long?
Well, no, it took that long because of COVID.
Oh, she was on the stand. Yep. She was in trial when she was like 20.
Yep.
Okay.
But that ties into the theory, though. The young inmates, they're trying to profit and make a name for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see where
I can't believe they have access to social media.
There's a lot. There's a lot that have social media through.
I mean, just think about the stuff we see about Chris Watts all the time. All those women who talk to him, and
yeah, Chris.
Wow, that baffles me. Why do you want to talk to a man that killed his wife and children? Yeah, he's a man I want to marry.
No,
Not.
That's that term. I forget what it is when people fall in love with inmates, especially with
Hybristophilia.
There you go. I know you would.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Look at that.
there's a whole Facebook group of women who talk to him, and then they share with each other what they talked about and how much they sent him and what photos they sent him and what got through. It's so weird, and it's like a Facebook group of all these women just talking with each other about Chris Watts. I'm like, that's weird.
Are they friendly or jealous?
No, they're all friendly with each other because they're all they can't all talk to him at the same time, so they're all sharing updates, and he can only have so many. It's so bad.
I don't want to live.
That just reminds me of Wild Bill.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy that we talked to, and he's in Panama. He's an American, but he's been out of America for a long time, and he was a hitman that got caught, and he's serving time in Panama. But he has, I guess his is what they call a butt phone, right? When you have a cell phone that's hidden in prison, and they have a whole internet set up. Like, he spends tons of monies that he gets from fans or
women, mainly women.
Yeah, people support him.
They pay his food bills. They pay his internet fees. Insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
do these women really think that if they were in a room with somebody like that, or Chris Watts, if they were alone with Chris Watts, that what's their goal? Do they think that that she could change him? Or
I think it is.
You think it's that?
It's that they want to be. They want a bad boy. They want to be the one that can change them. He wouldn't treat me like that. He loves me. We have a real relationship. You know, what he must have had before was just, it wasn't me. You know,
they start completely belittling the victim.
Yeah, nope. I mean, just that he killed his wife is bad enough, but his children too? Nah.
Oh, I know.
Monster. Nah.
I wish he had gone to trial somewhat, because he took a plea deal, and then even his whole story, whatever truth or not, was not even told until later on by the initial detectives went to where he's at and interviewed him, right?
Yeah.
And I still think he had help. I don't need to say names if you know the case well, but I don't think he did it alone.
If it's who you're talking about, she looks guilty.
She looks guilty.
If you look at her now, she looks guilty. She looks like a woman who has been through hell.
Yeah.
Whose conscience is catching up with her a bit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they talk about the whole the Aleister Crowley aspect of she was in the OTO, and he was kind of part of that, the sex magic kind of stuff. And it's crazy. There's a Facebook groups about that part, and there's also a YouTube guy with the Zawoski. He always, every day, he's talking about the Chris Watts case and there's new developments, which there isn't. It's all the same. But this other potential suspect, did you see the recent pictures of her at someone's funeral up in Wyoming?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like her. She ages like the rest of me. She's it's not the same as she was before, but like I said, probably from guilt.
Yeah, that's what when I look at her, that's what it looks like. So I'm like, that's a quick age.
Yeah, it's weird, right? You'd almost think it's not her, but a lot of the eyebrows and the hairline all kind of match up and stuff. So that's crazy. Sharon, do you have any other questions? I mean, we could talk all night about true crime, but I know we got.
I don't. I just now. I really need to get this. I really need to. I've got my passport. I just really need to save up so I can. There's so many places I need to visit now in the US.
You've been here before, right? You've been to.
Yeah, I know. I have been there before, but we only were there for 3 weeks, so we only got to LA and Vegas. We were meant to go to Arizona, but we didn't make it. I was meant to catch up with a friend there, but
What part of Arizona?
Tucson, I think.
That's where I used to live.
My friend, she's a vet there, so
Tucson.
yeah.
No,
How do you two know each other?
Internet.
True crime.
True crime.
True crime. True crime comrades.
We have other friends that do a Sex, Love, and Serial Killers podcast, and I work with them on. I do a lot of design work for them for like logos and stuff. And we talk all day. We're like giddy little teenagers. Like, have you seen this case? Look what I got in the mail. So we message all day, and then they were going to, or they may still interview Sharon about the book. And then, I'm a researcher, I'm a creeper, so I was on there just commenting on her pages, and she took over.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I was advertising Todd Trollope's book, and you're like, aha!
Yeah, I did that cover. I was like, that's my cover. That's my work.
Nice.
Right there. Yeah, I've done some book covers for the Infamous and T-shirt designs and stuff, and I do it all up pro bono. I don't get paid for it yet. I should by some other people. I'd rather take funds from big corporations and people I don't like than friends. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, I like to help out and just be a part of it and just to get our work out there. And maybe just as we kind of end things, and of course, I want you to, if you have anything else to promote, there is one, even though it's not Weld County, it's something to look into for personal. Is you know the town of Bailey, right? It's it's west of Denver, about 30 or 40 miles up in the mountains. They have the Bigfoot museums up there, Bailey, Colorado. As you keep going, then it's got South Park is up there in that area. They have a famous a cold case with Maggie Long, Maggielong, and she's a girl that was severely unalived at her home and her parents' property, and it's a big cold case, and people's trying to find out. They're saying it's a hate crime. They said because of the parents, and they're an Asian descent, so they think that's why it's a hate crime. But her dad also might have been mafia tied, because he had a lot of gun movement. Because they had a Chinese restaurant, and they don't think that was enough to source their lifestyle. So, and
such a nice person.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if not for your Weld County, because it's not Weld County, but if you're into Colorado true crime, that's definitely one. And that bugs me to this day. I'm just trying to figure out evidence, and it seems like a lot of evidence is that they're not getting. A lot of questions that I have that I think the public should be able to ask and have answered, right? As far as just trying to help. So that's one case to help out. And then maybe just a couple of Colorado popular haunts. Have you either heard of Riverdale Road between
I've been on that one.
We've done that one.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times and nothing. I don't see anybody hanging from trees, and I don't see
Nope.
There's a mansion that apparently caught fire, and it's the gates of hell's there, and the Camaro that will chase out the road, and the phantom jogger, and it's crazy. I'm like, I didn't see shit. There's nothing down that road. No.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell if you just pull off to the side, turn off your lights, and just sit there with your windows down in the dark fall nights. But nothing actually happened when I was out there. But it sure was a spooky thrill.
It's a spooky road at nighttime because it's dark and there's trees and you can't see anything. So yeah, that's the effects of it. I guess maybe if you walk down there, but I'm more of afraid, or not afraid, but fearful of the living than I am of
good point.
spirits.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then how about, have you heard of 3rd Street Bridge?
Yes.
And that's kind of east of Aurora. I think it's Country Road. That one, I mean, if you Google it, there's a lot of YouTube videos on it, and you really can investigate it because it's kind of on some dude's land. And he gets pissed off, and there's videos you can hear him yelling at people, which I get. Right? He doesn't want people going out to investigate. It's supposed to be the site of a really bad Native American massacre, and then down the street there was a fatal teen car accident that happened. People say they can hear like drum beats, but I think it's the oil wells out there. I think you can disprove some of the things that happen. I mean, I think when anybody's into paranormal, you have maybe a sixth sense on things. You can kind of feel things that other people don't, and that's maybe why you're interested in it. Driving on this bridge, it does seem weird. It seems creepy, but that can also be the energy of people that go there to investigate. So I think that you can kind of make a place haunted even if it's not, if that makes sense.
Yep. We talk about that on our tour. It's part of like that stone tape theory where your energy plays into the stone and it replays out, and you can create your own hauntings just by being there.
And if enough people believe the same thing and focus their energy in the same area in the same way and do that for long enough, can they manifest a ghost?
Yeah, we talk about that on our tours a lot.
Cool. Well, there you go. And I think even like watching something on paranormal TV could give like the heebie-jeebies, and kind of energy can.
You never know. Maybe you could manifest a noise or something. We just don't really know our own powers as human beings yet. But I think we're pretty powerful, and you just never know. If you're fearful enough and believe something enough, maybe you yourself make it come true.
Exactly.
Yeah, Third Bridge. I want to go. I always say this, but Naomi and I need to take a business trip, business-related purposes, and go to Third Bridge.
It's a quick trip. We went over like many times because there's not really a good place to park. The side of the road there is like a drop over into the side of a hill, I guess. And if you park there, like you said, the owner's very cranky. I've only seen
damn kids.
Videos. Need damn kids. Yeah.
Get off my haunted
Get off my lawn.
Get out of my bridge. It's creepy. I mean, what? I go to Chris Watt's house probably once a month because I work down there in Longmont. Mm-hmm. So if I'm there, I kind of drive. But I feel so guilty because I don't want to bug the current owners.
They repainted the house and everything. It has like black and white and gray tones now instead of the old classic brown.
It's different, and I think I don't know if it's bought. So that it's been vacant for a while. Then the family bought it. Do you know about that story about the family bought it and their own domestic violence case and concern from that house?
Yep, I heard about this.
Yeah, it's I think there's a police cam on it. It's a weird story. I mean, nothing really like that happened, luckily, but it's still kind of a coincidence. And I was there recently, and there's some, I don't know if they sold it, the same family. There's definitely cars there, so it's it's a creepy house. I remember the first time I went there, I was by myself in my car, and I had it turned off, and then I was just kind of respectfully on the other side of the street, just looking at it. And then my car speakers had it's like hello. It was weird because my car wasn't even on. I was like, that's weird. And the house is creepy as heck, right? And I took some pictures, and I'm trying to see if I can capture anything, and I'll share with you guys later. There's one where your face, you could see stuff and things, right? You can see faces. There's another term Sharon might know what that term is, like pareidolia, or was it when you see things in clouds?
Oh, nope.
You see faces. Your eyes make out a face from a pattern.
I don't know the word.
But there's one picture I got out of the window, and when Chris Watts was standing on the porch giving the interview about his family being lost, that same window, it looks just like Chris Watts. He's not dead, obviously, but there's the image I'll show you. It creepily looks like him, like if he left his imprint on that place, if you believe in that kind of stuff.
Email us that. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'd say it just could be a coincidence, but it's just kind of weird how it looks like him, and I don't know.
And his house is in Weld County, so this is just research, for us.
Yeah, just research.
Exactly. We've seen those videos popping up recently of like more body cam coming out where you can hear like kids laughing in the background, but there's no kids in there while they're walking through the house investigating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like them playing in the bedroom in the background. They see like kind of black shadowy things moving.
Yep.
Yeah. There's been crazy stuff, and there's those that use those really cool spirit box, and they claim that shenanigans come through and told. I don't know about those things. You've seen those? It's like a homemade device box. It looks like a speaker, and they put crystals around it, and they claim that they can chime in their voice so it sounds like them, so they can have their own. They can speak through it. I don't know. I would rather take. Is it Valerie? Your kind of half psychic. I would rather take her there and get her because I know she's the
We
real
covered
deal.
that case once, and she like experienced all of their deaths, and we were like, "Yeah, we won't do anything that crazy ever again."
Yeah, I could see that. Yep.
And that was the same night that we covered a total of 6 different cases, one of them being the Watts murder, which of course involved the death of Shanann, as well as, she was pregnant at that time, and then their 2 daughters. So Val experienced multiple deaths that night. And we just learned this at True Crime the other night. She said that was a doozy for her.
I bet.
Yeah, that's why we stopped doing 6 a night. We just were like, "We'll just focus on one."
6 a night. I can't believe we did that. We're nuts.
That's a lot to do. I mean,
I like
spread
it.
those out.
True.
Other
We're going to run out of content. No, I'm just kidding. This is Greeley.
No,
we're
we're
not
not.
running out of content. There's always something new.
Yeah. All right, you two. I think we're almost out. Like I told you, time's going to fly. Right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So
fun. I could do this for hours. Thank
Right?
you.
no problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
please hopefully do this again. Any last words? Any promotions? I know you promote your website. Maybe a future store we could buy some goodies for those. Like so, Sharon, she can't come, but she can because she. When I went down to your event, she goes. She mistakenly called it. Can you give me some knucks? Like
Knick-knacks.
knickknacks?
Some knack-knacks.
I'm like, they had cookies, but I can't send that to you. So like some cool swag, coffee mugs.
Dickheads.
Yeah.
Wonder if we can ever stream a true crime and have Sharon join us that way or something.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Maybe, Naomi, we should talk about that for our
Well, I mean,
guests from afar.
I could bring her on the phone while I'm there, but if you want to do this from afar in general,
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
right?
Great.
We can strap a phone to Jeff's head.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's cool. Like I said, it's got me going to the library again, which I love. Now I'm a nerd again. I'm going to be there every day because I have too many books. I can't buy any more. My wife's already so you can start selling some of these. I'm like, no, my babies. Get rid of my books. All right,
Jeff, I just love that you played such a big role in our last true crime, finding out that man is in fact dead. And I just think I'm so excited to check out the rest of your guys' podcast episodes. And we're just so happy that we got to be a part of this. And I want to do it again.
Yeah,
This
thank you for
great.
coming on.
Thank you.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, right. And that's what I like about Sharon because she gets to experience that. And
Yeah.
it's we have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah,
And,
there's more paranormal and true crime obviously in the US than there is in Australia. So, there's so much more experiences that you guys get that
which is
I don't get.
I wonder if there's any bodies buried out in that outback. I have a feeling.
Oh, there'd be absolutely, yes.
Because didn't
But
Australia
I've yet to come across one.
Well, Australia started out as a prison colony, right? So almost everyone from Australia might have some criminal background.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're a penal colony. Most of us came from Ireland or England. So,
They were dropped off there,
But,
right? All the criminals were dropped off in Australia. Well,
yep. You sent them all here. Well, the English and the Irish sent them here for pig stealing and weird things. But then they turned into bush rangers.
You just got rid of all the cool people. Realize what they did.
Yeah.
Sharon, I hope you come to Colorado. You certainly have friends here in Greeley if you ever make it out this way. We'll take you out.
Yes, I do. I do plan on having another trip to the US one day.
Yeah,
it's on my list. But yeah.
Great.
Just gotta save up those pennies.
You gotta save those pennies. On that note, I'm Jeff. This is my co-host
I'm Sharon.
Jennifer and Naomi and the puppy.
Look at Donna.
Thank you for joining us. Check out their website. I'll have links on it. So especially if you're local in Colorado, especially northern, or even apparently if you're 2 hours away, you're still going to come up and do the tours. It's well worth it. Come saying hello to, I'm sure I'll be a regular because, like I said, it's the only place where people let me talk about my weird shit. So I appreciate it. So thank you.
You're always welcome.
Thank you so much. You guys had us at a serial killer pen pals. So I love it. I love this friendship.
Perfect. Good night, everybody.
Night.